Hey everyone, it's your girl Maya, and you know I got soul.
All right, you know I got so very excited to be here once again with Maya. New music, of course, just came out anytime. The record came out on Valentine's Day. Maya, I think it's really awesome that you're always dropping new music. You kind of strategically do it on Valentine's Day historically. Just talk about the importance of this record that you released, because it seems like it's something we expect from you, but in a good way.
Yeah. Anytime, yes. Valentine's Day release this year, 2024. Produced by my guy Mars, Mike and Keys, written by Goldie, Gabrielle Nowie, as well as Brooklyn Dior Sardin, and myself. And I also did the vocal production and engineering. Shout out to the mix engineer, Reggie Rojo. You know, teamwork makes the dream work. And we wanted to make sure that my R&B fans were fed well with this single. And last year I released a Caribbean single featuring Bounty Killer, but this year the focus is always on Valentine's Day R&B, because that's the debut date of my very first single, which was an R&B single called It's All About Me featuring Cisco. Yes, so I hope you all enjoy.
Wow. Maya, talk about, because I know a lot of your peers have stopped releasing new music at this point in their career. What's the importance for you to continue putting out music?
Well, I love music, and it's a luxury to be able to do music, share music, put it out, own the masters, and just be in full control of your destiny, but also be able to connect with people. That's who it's all about at the end of the day. And I love the way music makes me feel. I love creating it, the songwriting process, the production process, the mixing aspect of it, even the mastering. And now I'm getting into Dolby Atmos and the education of that, and it's fascinating with surround sound. So yeah. I love sonics, I love art, and music is very spiritual.
Wow.
But it can also be fun, you know, which is also spiritual. So I'm blessed and I'm privileged and I'm very grateful to be able to keep releasing it. And I hope everyone feels the same.
Right. I think what a lot of people know or might not know is that you've been independent for many, many years now, and you've seen the music industry go through its changes, and you're one that has adapted to the changes with the streaming era. Kind of take me through your journey in terms of trying to figure out what your audience wants, what you want, and just how it translates into this new world of music consumption. Like, how's that been going for you?
Yes, it's been quite a journey of 26 years and still going, and the adaptation of music and releasing it. Obviously, times have changed. When I first came out and hit the scene, the very first time I came out and hit the scene musically was in 1998. My very first single was on cassette.
Right.
Album was on cassette as well as CD. And I've seen the times change into USB, into streaming and digital platforms worldwide. And you roll with the punches and you roll with the times. And it's such a beautiful time for me and all independent artists, but also artists in general. It's a beautiful time for me, all artists, but especially independent artists, because we have direct connection and communication at the touch of our fingertips. And we can release music globally without needing to actually be signed to a major record label.
Right.
And we're also able to record music without having to generate a huge budget to record in the old big studios back in the day.
Right.
So a lot of things technologically are allowing us as a generation of people all around the world
right.
to distribute music in a new way, in a cool way, and also directly connect and communicate with your fans, but also test music before you invest marketing dollars, etc. So it's a very exciting time and empowering time, I would say.
Yeah. Recently, you released your first 3 albums, you celebrated the anniversary of them. You released some special editions of those albums. What's the importance to go through that journey and re-release those ones? I think you added a couple of bonus records as well, a couple of remixes. Why was that important for you to do?
Wow. You know, the anniversaries creep up on you very quickly.
Yeah.
And gifting some of the fans out there that have been a part of the journey. I mentioned on stage tonight that a lot of us grew up together, and nostalgia is such a huge thing right now. So to be able to re-release music in HD and some of the videos as well in HD quality now that technology has advanced, it's just really an extension of love to all the supporters out there that have rolled with me on this journey. It's just a beautiful time, you know? I'm more excited about what's to come and some of the different renditions of all of those old records.
Wow.
The live versions as well, because it speaks more to the maturity and the evolution and the growth of Maya, and how I would sing them now as a full-grown adult versus a teenager.
Right. Of course, you're about to hit the road with Xscape, SWV. You're on that big R&B tour with all the ladies. Just talk about that and what has you excited about that tour.
Wow. Well, the Queens of R&B tour is here, and I'm so excited, honored to be a part of it. I grew up listening to SWV, Xscape, 702. Yes, they're my peers, but they're also icons and inspirations as well. Total. And everyone has been through their own journeys, musically, personally, and we're women of color, black women, and we are here to stay and support each other. So to be a part of this tour means everything. Being in entertainment is not easy, and to still be going speaks volumes. So much respect to all of the ladies that are hitting the stage. And it's a beautiful time to celebrate each other, you know?
Yeah.
We have now entered the 51st year of hip-hop, and a lot of us have records with hip-hop fusion. Even though we're R&B artists, pop artists, hip-hop was a major part of our, I think, our rollout musically as well. So embracing all that culture, celebrating music, celebrating R&B music. Yes.
Yes. Lastly, Maya, I got to talk about some of my personal favorite records of yours. You know, obviously everyone knows about the hits, but these are just some of my personal favorites. I'd love for you to just share what you remember about recording these records. These are the ones from your major albums, the ones that everyone grew up loving. So I'll start with your debut. It's the record that Drew Hill did for you. If you died, I wouldn't cry because you never loved me anyway. That title itself is just crazy. Like, I know Noki will talk to me about that record. Just talk about what you remember about that one.
Oh my gosh, that's a sensitive song, sensitive topic there.
Right.
And so Nokio and I were in the studio in Atlanta, Georgia, writing and recording. We actually started on a record called We Gon' Make You Dance from the very first album, and I believe it's the very first song on album number 1 in 1998. Yes. But it was 1997 when I cut the record that you're speaking about. And it's not a song that I actually wanted to record. I thought it was very harsh, very cruel,
right?
And it just didn't sit well with my spirit. But all the guys in Drew Hill, you know, they convinced me to actually record it because they said, oh my gosh, we have sisters, we have cousins, we have aunts that actually feel this way.
Right.
I'm telling you, girls all around the world will feel this record. So it's actually something I had to be convinced to record.
Right.
It's not a song I've ever performed in my life. And they were actually right. A lot of people feel that way. The record is titled
Right.
If You Blank, I Wouldn't Cry Because You Never Loved Me Anyway. And you'd be surprised at all the comments, as well as some of the fan mail and Oh gosh, the meet and greets.
That's
when
right.
that song comes up, it strikes a chord for those that have really been heartbroken and experienced that type of pain because they really truly felt that way. And it's not something that I would ever say to someone,
Right?
no matter how bad they've hurt me. But I can understand how people have felt that way for a moment in time. Hopefully a short moment in time.
Yes.
Yeah.
The next record off the Now or Never album, or Fear of Flying, is the record that you did with Robin Thicke, No More Tears on My Pillow. That's a great song right there.
So, No Tears on My Pillow. I've actually performed that quite a few times live.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful, timeless record. Robin Thicke and I wrote that record together in the year 1999 for the 2000 album, Fear of Flying. And we wrote it at his house with his dog Melody, just chilling in all of our sessions. Robin Thicke, I believe, did like 3 or 4 songs on that project. And Pro J, his engineer, who also is a musician. Hey, Pro J. Hey, Robin. It was such a great time working with them.
Yeah.
It felt like home. And Robin is so great creatively, just as a musician and songwriter, vocal producer. So, No Tears on That Pillow. It's all about that that overcoming heartbreak and not wasting another moment, breath, or even a tear on someone and letting them know that you're okay.
Right.
Without them in your life. Actually, better off. So.
Right. All right, next record off the Mood Ring album. This is Anatomy 101 with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I love the bridge on that song, by the way. You sound amazing on that record.
Wow. Amazing. Shout out to Terry Lewis. I just met with Terry Lewis not too long ago. Jam and Lewis have been very, very influential and inspirational in my career. And it has been an honor to work with them both. First on Free, and then secondly on the Mood Ring album with Late, as well as Anatomy 101. And Anatomy 101 is a very sensual record.
Yep.
One of my favorite slow jams from that album, sensual. So Thierry and I wrote that together. And I believe we recorded it at the Village Studios in Santa Monica, but also Flight Time Studios back in the day in California. So, Anatomy 101 is actually something I enjoy performing live.
Right.
And if you fast forward to the Smooth Jones album, the very last song incorporates Anatomy 101 and a bunch of other very sexy records on the Smooth Jones After Show Glow. Yes.
Wow.
It's amazing live, too.
Yes, for sure. And then we got to talk about the Liberation album. You have one record on there that I always felt should have been a single. I felt like it was going to be a hit if it came out, which is the B. Cox record, Life's Too Short. I felt like if that song had come out at that time, I think that would have been a big record. Like, just talk about that record.
Life is Too Short. I love that record. Shout out to B. Cox. Brian Michael Cox. We've done quite a few records for that album. And this was one of those timeless moments and timeless records. This song was all about putting your pride aside, picking up the phone, apologizing when you're wrong, checking your ego, because at the end of the day, we are here for a very short period of time.
Yeah.
And life is too short to hold any grudges, but also any regrets.
Yeah.
So, stepping outside of yourself to check yourself, to pick up the phone and apologize, yes.
That's a great record.
Yeah, it's a beautiful record.
Yeah. So, Maya, that's all that I've got for you. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing everyone in the U.S. leg of Queens of R&B tour this summer. Shout out to the ladies of the tour, SWV, Xscape, 702 in total. And, you know, keep music alive. Keep loving you, yourself. Keep loving each other. The world needs more of it. Follow me at Maya Planet 9 on social media. And I'm looking forward to serving you the next project very soon.